Hey, what is going on, Geminis? Butch here. I am going to do your August read. It is for the whole month of August. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what message do we have for Geminis? Let me see for Geminis for August 2024. All right, Geminis. So the first thing that I see, Geminis, I'm getting this hot and cold energy. I feel like there's this connection that you have. You know, for some of you, this may be a new connection. For some of this may not be new at all. But I feel like there's this hot and cold energy with this person that you have. It's like some moments it couldn't get any hotter. Then there's moments where it feels like there's so much distance between the two of you. You know, and I feel like sometimes it may feel like more like a friendship with some benefits rather than a real relationship, almost feeling like when it comes to like the real emotions, I feel like it's impossible to get anything from this person. Like it feels damn near impossible, except for maybe during some intimate time. But I feel a lot of resistance with this person. You know, I feel like sometimes it feels like this person doesn't really love you, or at least they don't tell you it. You know, why else would we get this hot and cold energy? Like, why do you feel so connected to someone that just doesn't feel connected to you sometimes? And sometimes, like I said, sometimes it's great. Everything's great. But then there's other times when it feels like this person is off in their own little world. You know, feeling like they don't really care. It's just more of a convenience thing. You know, like you have this friendship, which is amazing, and you can talk to this person about anything, and you have this openness, you know, and this bluntness with this person, like where you can just be you and they're just them, and they're honest with you and they're direct with you. You can be honest with them and they don't get their feelings hurt. You know, you just have this openness when it comes to each other in communication with that Eight of Wands and that Queen of Swords. But it still feels like they're hiding something from you. Like they're not telling you the whole story. Like they're not telling you everything. Because why is it sometimes do you feel this distance? Why does it feel like you're a burden to this person sometimes, even maybe? They are hiding something from you. But what they're hiding is not what you think it is. So I know Gemini sometimes overthink. I feel like the way they are makes you overthink the shit of this. You're not wrong in the fact that you're overthinking this because they're not really giving you much. You know, it's like reading a book and every other page is blank. Like you're supposed to make up the damn story. You know, it's just, you're not wrong. The overthinking is not your fault. I mean, I know, like we all know, I know Geminis quite well. So I know that sometimes overthinking is a hazard of the trade, but this particular overthinking is not on you. This is on them. You know, I feel like with this person loves you. This person cares about you. They know what they want. They feel a bond with you as much as you feel a bond with them. You know, with the Two of Wands, they know what they want. The Two of Cups is that lifelong bond. This person wants to be with you. They don't want to be anywhere else. I just feel like they have a hard time with emotion. It's not something that they're accustomed to. It's not something they're good at. Now, if it is, I mean, I'm getting a lot of masculine energy, so if it is a male that we're talking about here, you know, we could chalk it up to toxic masculinity, but that's not really an excuse. It's more of a reason. You know, like that saying goes, excuses are like assholes, you know what I mean? But I just feel like this person, I feel like they've been really close a few times to telling you how they feel, but I feel like they always pull back. It's like they don't want to be vulnerable, or they're afraid to be vulnerable. You know, because I feel like sometimes in a partnership, there's roles. You know, one person sometimes has a tendency of feeling like the Rock. You know, like not Dwayne Johnson, like an actual physical rock. But it's like they gotta be the tough one, so they take that role, and then rocks don't cry. You know, rocks don't have emotion. So it's like they take it too far. Because you need someone that can be your rock, but the analogy there is they can be your rock. That means there's other times when they're something else. You know, sometimes you want them to be your pillow. But I mean, with this person, like I said, this person truly cares about you. I mean, they're not walking away from this. I mean, they're stronger with you than without you by far, and they know that. But sometimes I feel like they take that strength to the next level, like I said, feeling like they always got to be the rock. Feeling like they always got to be on point. You know, and I feel like they struggle with emotion. But I feel like you have such a, you know, they're always trying to be the protector. You know, with the Emperor and the Nine of Wands, always trying to be the protector, always the one trying to keep you safe. But not realizing that you need more than that. You need a balanced connection with someone. You need someone that, you know, isn't just intimate with you and just emotional when they're intimate. You know, that old getting intimate and they're whispering they love you in your ear, and that's the only time you get any kind of emotion out of them. That's not okay. That's not enough. You know, you got to be somewhere between the rock and the pillow. You know what I mean? More rock than pillow, but like I said, with that Emperor trying to be the protector all the time, the nine of Wands, always like being in your corner and always being that tough, having that tough exterior, but this person is just as soft as you know they are. You know they're soft inside. You know, soft and squishy inside. You just want to see it more. You know, and I feel like we got to get into a place where it's not just a protector. They got to be the nurturer as well. And I feel like there is a part of them that I feel like you have a connection with this person that it's much deeper than any connection that either one of you have ever had. You know, we have this strong bond with each other. Like I said, with that Two of Cups, that lifelong bond. And we have the Lover's card. And here we have the Empress as well. I mean, this person cares about you. They care about you deeply. I just feel like they have a hard time showing that side of themselves. But because of the tight connection you have, because of the deep connection you have with this person, you know, I feel like they are seeing things in a different perspective. I feel like this person has a lot on their plate and they don't share that with you either. You know, anytime this person feels really distant, I feel like that's just a lot of shit going on in their head. And they haven't got to a place yet where they feel comfortable to share it, but I feel like they are seeing things differently. And I feel like things are going to get better. I mean, I see a lot of emotional fulfillment coming. And I feel like balance in this connection. You know, so, I mean, it's been a tough ride, but it's only getting smoother. It's like, you know, you've been in a boat, this whole connection in this rough waters, and now you're starting to hit the smooth, like ice type water where it's like smooth sailing coming. You know, this person understands you, and I feel like the more closer you get to this person, the more they understand, and the more they start to listen rather than just react. You know, because I do feel like you've talked to this person about this, or at least started a conversation about this, but I feel like this person, they're finally listening. They're finally starting to listen more and more. I mean, they think about you and only you. You're the one for them. I mean, this connection isn't just on your side. This is for both of you. I mean, you're stronger together. You know, that's the beauty of some connections. In some connections, you meet someone that's very soft and nurturing, meet someone that's very strong and protective, and now over time, you just blend into each other. You melt into each other, and you give each other some of your characteristics, so making the really hard person softer and the really soft person a little bit harder. But I feel like it is confusing for you because I feel like you have such an open and honest communication that it's like, we talk about everything, so if we're not talking about this, they can't, maybe they don't care. Get that out of your head, because that's not what it is. That's not at all what it is. I mean, this person isn't walking away, like I said. I just feel like they spent a long time on their own, and they don't give themselves lightly. You know, and that's very evident by this Two of Pentacles. When I see this Two of Pentacles, I just feel like somebody's like overwhelmed. And when they get overwhelmed, it's almost like they seclude back to their own personal prison instead of sharing it with their partner. And a lot of people don't realize the message you're giving out, your nonverbal message you're giving out, because I feel like non-verbally this person is giving out a message where, you know, they're just pulling away and they're not really giving you a reason why. But if you think they don't care, you're wrong. I know I'm going to get some comments telling me that Geminis are never wrong, but I'm sorry. But you're wrong, but it's not your fault. Can we compromise there? It's not your fault. Because I feel like this person isn't giving you much to work with. So it is their fault. So in all fairness, at the end of the day, you're kind of right. That's how you do that. With this person, of course, we got Sagittarius and we got Aries. But we also have Gemini and Aquarius. We have some Cancer, some Virgo, and Taurus. I'm feeling some Scorpio too. So that's the end of the read for anybody that's just here for the read. I appreciate you, love you. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you sharing your time with me. It's all love. But anyone that's here for a little bit of story time, it's not really a story this time. It's more or less just some news. So a lot of you that watch Fierce Tarot, or I call her Rose, she's a Gemini. For those of you that don't know, we just got engaged. I know it's been 15 years we've been together, so we just wanted to make sure it was right. But the reason I bring this up is not only because it's Gemini reading and I was excited to tell people. Also, I feel like this was something that barricaded our relationship for a very long time. I grew up, I told this story before. I'm not going to get right into it. I'm just going to give you the cliff notes. I just grew up in a very loveless house. It wasn't, you know, people have it way worse than me. I'm not saying this in comparison of whatsoever. I'm not trying to downplay anybody else's situation. I'm just saying, in my family, there wasn't a lot of love. We didn't tell each other we loved each other. There wasn't hugs and kisses. There was no real emotion. And when you grow up half your life that way, it almost feels like showing love and having love and receiving love is such a foreign idea. So for a long time with me and her in the beginning, I just had a hard time showing love. Like, I would protect her. Like, she even told me, like, there's times, you know, she said, I feel protected, but I don't feel loved. And, you know, she said, I know you have my back, but I don't feel love. And I tried so hard, and it came out very unauthentic, because I don't even know that's the word. I might have made it up, but because I would try so hard to do it. But we've evolved, and over time, you know, I softened up, and that's what I mean by, she was very soft when I met her. I was very hard, and we've kind of molded into this one, you know, this rock pillow. But sometimes it takes time. Hopefully for everybody else, it's not as long as it took us, but I really feel like we had a fallout last year, which was pretty bad. It was just over a year ago now. And it was like, that was my wake-up call completely. Now when I show her emotion, it's authentic, it's real. You know, it comes out in a real way, because I know what life is like without her. You know, and it's like that saying, the grass is greener on the other side. The grass is greener where you water it. The grass is greener where you nurture it, where you take care of it. You know, and I relate as well to this as when it comes to the part where anytime any kind of stress comes into my life, or where I'm dealing with a lot, I never told her. You know, call it toxic masculinity, call it whatever you want. I just try to deal with everything. But when I'm dealing with things, I kind of, you know, kind of go into my own little world. And to the outside world, if I don't tell them, they just feel like they're being pushed away. And that was an issue we had as well. But now I realize that when I have an issue, we have an issue. That's what a partnership is. When your partner has an issue, you have an issue. And there's times when there's not a damn thing she can do about it. But when I talk to her about it and I feel like I can open up to her, which I never open up to anybody like that, once I started doing that, I felt more connected to her. And she felt more connected to me. And, you know, I feel like almost the last year was probably the best our relationship's ever been. And it's not that we didn't have good times before, it's just I feel like we're just more connected now. So for all the cross watchers, step up your timeline. You don't want to be waiting this long to get your shit together. And they don't want to wait for it either, I bet. I put money on that. But yeah. And I know some people give me grief about talking about my personal stories, but this is me. I'm just who I am. You know, and if my stories help you or help anybody, I'm going to keep talking about them. So I'm kind of on the fence. I have people that say they don't like the stories. There's people that do. But I always tell you when the end of the read is. So if you don't like the stories, you don't have to stick around. I mean, I'm not forcing you to, but I appreciate it when you do. So, I don't know. Maybe I just look too deeply into negative comments. That's one of the downfalls of doing YouTube videos. Sometimes you get negative comments and you just gotta deal with them. You know, and take it for the value that is offered. I mean, when somebody's just saying negative comments and it's just hurtful, maybe they're just dealing with their own things, but you know, but the positive comments well outweigh that. So I appreciate all your comments. Just even if it's negative, just as long as it's from the heart and as long as you mean it, I'll take it. I'll read it. And, I'll take it in. But sometimes people just say mean things or hurtful things to people. And not so much on my channel. Actually, you guys are really good to me. I've seen it on other people's channels, and I'm one of those people that if I don't have anything nice to say, I really don't say it unless I think it's productive. You watch some YouTube channels and the things people say to people, and it's just mean. It has no productive value. It's not helpful. It's not constructive criticism. But like I said, if my stories help anybody at all, I'm gonna keep doing it. And I like to talk. I'm really not a chatty person, but when I get talking, sometimes it's a snowball effect. It just keeps going. It gets bigger and bigger. But anyway, I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna stop this avalanche of words here before I keep going. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.